There were other people involved in this scene, as we all know, and we have a great new exhibition we just put up of some photographs of Gary Snyder and Phil Whalen and Lew Welch that took place in 1963-64 time frame. And my good friend Howard McFarlane introduced me to Magda Cregg. Magda was a companion to Lew Welch for, I believe, the last 7 years of his life, was it? And she's going to come up and tell us a few words about Wobbly Rock and Lew and the time that she spent with him. Magda, if I could ask you to join me up here, please give her a round of applause. Thank you, Magda, for joining us here. Is Jim Hatch here? Jim, are you here?
He was here.
That's like funny in the photo. Hatch Jim.
I was hoping he was here so he could help me out. When I started thinking about doing this, I realized that I don't know what's beat and I don't know what's hippie. I couldn't sort it all out. As far as chronology, you could say the beats were the 50s and the hippies were the 60s or something like that. But anyway, so if I go across that border, I hope you don't mind. And I just looked up a few things and brought to read. But this is Lew's book called The Ring of Bone. It's his collected poems. And there is fire on the mountain, and seeking to put it out, he chose to move to the right, in an easterly direction, against all nature, for he had not noticed that the sun, his sign, moves westerly, and that all men followed the sun. Thus the wanderer walked all the 64 spokes of the great wheel, of course. He was fortunate enough, or fool enough, to have leapt over many of the stations of the way. How strange to think that if only he had chosen to move to his left on the great wheel, or westerly, following the sun, his wandering would have ended in a single step, his present abundance almost instantly known. Perhaps he was only born upside down, or with his eyes turned in the wrong direction, or crossed, or something. Who knows? This is all Lew Welch, because I'm particularly, the beats were the beats, the hippies were the hippies, but Lew Welch was #1 in my books. Yeah. Poetry is not a diversion. It can be called upon to give solace, however heavy the time. We who wish to call the tribe to dance, who sing at tribal celebrations, calm the king in good times, and then retire to our mountains, our gardens, our hearth, must always yield to what the secrets of this art decide. Especially in heavy times, this art decides there's nothing to do except perfectly accurate report of what we thought we saw. Or put it this way, if the tribe refuses to dance, the poet can only worry, watch, and worn. This poem is by Tony Dingman, who is a student of Lew's. Write like you talk, Lew always used to say. Only crank it up, not too far, like you were real excited. The way you talk is the American idiom, like the way English is used here in America. The variable foot is the way you breathe, what kind of breaths you take. It's real simple. You have to go a full circle. You run right into it. Another thing, the lines you like best of all, throw them out. The ones you feel real precious about, they're the worst ones.